Tashkash. In the Mandan words, I greet you, Tashkash. It's a greeting that we've used to many different people as they travel across this land.
Well, folks, we're just about to get started. So I would ask that folks find their way to their seats. The lovely Grandma Grace is here, so that means we better get ready to roll. Okay, folks, we're going to get started because Grandma Grace is now here. As a way to acknowledge and honor our Indigenous grads, we have a tradition here in School District 67 to drum our grads into this beautiful space. So in a moment, if not already, you will hear a drumming. And I would just ask you to turn your attention to this space, and our grads will be drummed into the space. Some of them might be a little bit nervous. This will be a very dramatic entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for School District 67's Indigenous graduates of 2023. Tanshe Dustin Hyde, Dishnaka Shun, White, Eastqueeze Dustin Hyde. Hello, my name's Dustin Hyde. You probably know that, I just said it 3 times. I am the District Vice Principal of Indigenous Education for School District 67, and I will be emceeing today's ceremony. I'd like to start by acknowledging the incredible territory that we are all gathered here today for this important ceremony. This is the traditional, unceded, and ancestral lands of the Okanagan Syilx people. I'm honored to call this place my home, proud to say that I am blessed to have many friends and colleagues from the nation, and for that, I raise my hands and say Limlim. At this point, I would like to pass the mic to a very special individual who's been working for our district and with our district alongside us for a very long time, and that, of course, is the still young, the very witty, the very wise Grandma Grace Gray Eyes, who will be leading us through an opening blessing and a welcome to the territory.
Why hassel halhal who eat is not sealed. I said, hello everyone, have a good day. I do this every year. I get really excited when I see all the kids that are gradding. You're adults, right? You guys are all adults now? We're not babies? Oh. Why limlim kolan choten? Why de hasti spo os? E atsi. E squasquasia. Why limlim kolan choten? Limlim di tim hulao. Is limlim di silk. Limlim I tameu. Lemlemt I stickles I ko illen. Is lemlemt I smart mayam. Is lemlemt I sukat ma mayam. Is lemlem kolon chotten is nok silt. Is koskoasia is nam imad. I dad upa. I thank you today, Creator, for our land, our water, our food, and the animals who lay down for us when we're hungry. I thank you, Creator, for all the children, all the families that are here, amongst them the grandparents, your mom and dad, aunties and uncles, the whole crew. I am so proud to see all of you standing here. Happy, excited. Some of you are probably nervous walking across the stage. I don't know if you're going on this stage, but one of them. So I thank you on this day, Creator, that these young people that are young adults now will go on going to some college somewhere, picking a course that's going to make them happy. If not, you can stop in the middle of the stream and pedal back and try another thing that you really love to do. I always say every year that one of you will become a politician. I hope you guys get rid of all those old people. Not me, I'm not a politician. That you get, start changing things for the better, to love one another, to love people that are walking on the streets today, people who don't deserve to be without food, without a house, without people to love them, because they are judged by how they look, whether they're doing drugs or drinking alcohol. Be kind to them. Don't look at them and frown and say, look, because one day maybe you be one of those, and you'll hear me say this. Be kind. Love one another, even the old people out there. So with that, congratulations, all of you. You guys look so happy, and that's good. We're out of here, right? So with that, I stand proud as an old grandma and happy to see that one of my grandchildren is graduating, I don't know, so this week sometime. So I have to be there for that one. But I'm sure proud to be part of your day. White Lim Lim, you can sit down now, because I got to walk down.
Thank you, Grandma Grace. We always appreciate you starting us off in a good way. I would now like to welcome Sienna Gabriel. She is our Sealks Cultural Advisor, and Monty Joseph, our Indigenous Youth and Family Worker. Those were the two individuals that drummed our grads into this space, and they are going to be starting us off with the Okanagan song.
So I, in Chai squeezed, Sienna Gabriel, in Toomey squeezed, Candace Gabriel, in Mistami squeezed, Benji Perot, Nas Charles Kruger, Kintilson Pinkton. So hello, my name is Sienna Gabriel. My mom is Candace Gabriel. My biological dad is Benji Perot, and my dad who raised me is Charles Kruger. And I come from Penticton. I'm Okanagan Se'il, and I'm also half Cree Nation as well. I want to congratulate all the grads here. I'm super excited. I saw a lot of nerves. And all the parents, and all the aunties and uncles and friends that supported them to get here. Lim-limed, it's a lot of work, but trust me, it's not over yet. You still got a lot more to go. So we're gonna sing the Okanagan song for you guys, for the families. So we're gonna ask again that you guys stand up. Lim-lim.
Thank you, Monty and Sienna. On behalf of School District 67, I would like to formally welcome everyone to the 2023 District Indigenous Grad Recognition Ceremony. Today is less about the formality of grad and more about the honoring of our students here today. This marks the end of a long journey and the beginning of yet another. I want to acknowledge all of our Indigenous grads for their continued effort in their educational journey, and all of us here today who could not make it. We are proud of each and every one of you. Today also marks the first time in nearly 10 years that we gather together as a district to celebrate and honor our Indigenous grads, as opposed to the separate graduation ceremonies at each site-based high school. Looking around this beautiful space here today, it feels good. It touches my heart to see all of us here today gathering as a group. And speaking of spaces, I'd really like to acknowledge Okanagan College for graciously hosting us here today in this beautiful facility. OC has been incredibly accommodating, and we appreciate the wonderful opportunity to be here today as a community for our grads. A few quick information items before we get into the formalities of the day. If you aren't aware, we do have bathrooms right outside this door directly to your right. As you can see, the floor has protective mats. There are some lumps and bumps here and there, so be mindful when you walk around the space. And as I'd mentioned earlier, this is the first time we've done this. It's a huge undertaking for our team, so expect a few hiccups. Case in point, the grads, when we called them, they were a little bit delayed for a dramatic entrance, which I think had the effect we were looking for. The last info item is we have a huge team of folks. We call them our District Indigenous Education team members. They are scattered throughout this space, usually dressed in black. You will see them running around. If you need anything, please just give them a wave. They all have lots of jobs and responsibilities, but you are our first priority, so if you need anything, just let us know. And on that note, I do really want to acknowledge that team. Our team has spent a lot of time creating the space that you see here today. They work tirelessly. They are very meticulous in terms of how everything looks. As you can see, everything is dialed in and looks beautiful, and I would love for everybody to give them a round of applause. Thank you. Before we get into some speeches from our dignitaries, I do just want to recognize some special guests and dignitaries that have joined us here today. From the Penticton Indian Band, we have Chief Greg Gabriel. We, of course, have the lovely wise one, Grandma Grace Grey Eyes. I would be remiss if I didn't introduce her daughter, who is an elder in training and goes with Grandma Grace everywhere, and that is the lovely Lainey Grey Eyes. The president of the South Okanagan Métis Association sends her regrets. That's Jamie Lee Keith, but in her place is past president and elder Daniel Pittman. From Okanagan College, we have the Regional Dean of Okanagan College, Allison Gibson. We have Rhea Dupuy, the Associate Director of Indigenization from Okanagan College. Juliana Botenhouse is Campus Manager. Christy Bowman, Campus Operations. And Sam Smith from Indigenous Services. As mentioned, Okanagan College, they've been incredibly supportive, so really want to acknowledge the work that they have done in helping all of this come together, so I'd love to just acknowledge them formally. And from School District 67, we have Vice Chair of Trustees Shelley Clark. Trustee Karen Botsford. Trustee Linda Van Elfen. And Trustee Tracy Van Rays. We also have from School District 67 Assistant Superintendent Jason Corday. Director of Instruction for Teaching and Learning Al Beckingham. And the man we call the captain, who's Todd Manuel. Unfortunately, he was pulled away for another meeting with the ministry. That's Todd Manuel. He's the superintendent of schools. He cannot be here. He sends his regrets. So over 10 years ago, our program came together and felt it was important to create a process by which Indigenous grads could be nominated to speak on behalf of their class. We then referred to these students as our Indigenous valedictorians. A couple of years ago, we had made the decision to rename our Indigenous valedictorians as our SIA speakers. For those of you who do not know, Sia Berry is one of the 4 food chiefs for the Okanagan Sioux people. I have, and many of us here today, have had the honor of harvesting and learning about Chief Sia. We have learned that Sia is chief of all things that grow above the ground. Chief Sia also represents youth, their innovation, their never give up attitude, and their big exciting ideas. This year, we have 3 Sia speakers from each of our high schools. In our program, we always give the first word and formal speech to our SIA speakers. So without further ado, please welcome Aidan Hutton from Princess Margaret. Yeah, sure. Autumn Lafferty from Penticton Secondary. And Megan Thiessen from Summerland Secondary. So both of these are live. You can hold it or you can use it with this. Okay? And then this one's also live, if you want that. Okay.
Good morning. Hila glasa, which in my language means thank you and good morning. Thank you for being here. Tidings. We thank you all for joining us here today. I'm Aidan from Princess Margaret Secondary School, and I'm part of the Mama Lila Kula Band from Village Island. My mother is Stacy Pletz, and my father is Jordan Hutton.
Why? My name is Autumn Lafferty. I'm from Penticton Secondary School. I have ancestry from the Penticton Indian Band, and my mom is Tiffany Lafferty, and my dad is Norm Lafferty.
And I'm Megan from Summerland Secondary School. I have Indigenous ancestry from the Ojibwe Anishinaabe people in Ontario. My mom is Christy, and my dad is Ed.
As we introduced ourselves, we also spoke of our family and ancestry. It's important to acknowledge ancestry because it tells the story of where you came from and who taught you. In short, it tells a vital part of yourself. It also allows others to form a connection of who you are. They may not know you, but maybe they know your parents. Traditionally, acknowledging your family would go back 7 generations, as there was no written record of genealogy. Speaking their names would keep your family alive.
At the beginning of the ceremony, there was a beautiful land acknowledgement, and we think that it is important again to acknowledge the land that we are so fortunate to live, work, play, and go to school on, and to thank the Okanagan Silik people for taking such great care of it. We also believe it is important to explain the significance of it. Acknowledging the land is important because it is an essential step towards the reconciliation, because it highlights the fact that the majority of Canadian soil was taken from Indigenous people without asking. A land acknowledgement also promotes having a relationship with the land. Everything we have and everything we do comes from the land, and building relationship with the land by acknowledging it when we meet will help to foster and grow our understanding and respect for all that land gives us.
The 3 of us are up here are the 2023 SIA speakers. But what is a SIA speaker? Well, to put it simply, we are the Indigenous valedictorians. However, valedictorian represents the students with the best grades or being the best in other areas. With this label having such deep roots in Europe and colonization, it is important to remember our culture's traditions and that nobody is labeled the best and that we are all equals. We were selected either by the Indigenous graduating class or a teacher representing the students. See a student can be referred and unfamiliar to some. So here are the meaning behind it.
Sia, or Saskatoonberry, is one of the 4 food chiefs of the Syilx culture. Each food chief symbolizes something. Black bear, or Skimheast, is for wisdom and elder tradition, as well as all 4-legged animals. Salmon, or Intiti'ich, is for male action and life in the water. Bitterroot, or Speetlum, is for female relationships and plant life that grows underground. And Sia is youth, innovation, and new beginnings, as well as plant life that grows above ground. This is just a summary and not the full story.
Today is meant to celebrate the 13 years we have spent in school and all the things we have learned and what we will take out into the world as adults. It is about growth and change for us, our parents and family, and society. It is important to have a youthful perspective in life and to bring about new ways of doing. Being called the Sia Speaker celebrates our ideas and experiences throughout our schooling and life, how we have grown, and the change that a youthful and fresh outlook can cause.
The Indigenous education program within schools aims to create, support, and improve success for Indigenous students, while increasing the presence of Indigenous culture, languages, and history for all students. It is because of this program and all the amazing people in the district that run it, which allows Indigenous students like us to have experiences that help enrich our cultural understanding and support us through different things.
At Summerland Secondary School, I'd like to thank, on behalf of all the students, a few teachers and support staff. First off, Ms. Hussey for being such an incredible powerhouse of a person. There are few people that I've had the pleasure of meeting who are as determined, passionate, and caring as she is. Ms. Hussey is someone you can always count on to support you and vouch for whatever is needed. I would also like to thank Ms. Michaels for being so knowledgeable in so many areas. She is always available for a helping hand, some friendly advice, and reminders. Ms. Michaels is able to make all students feel supported and cared for. She has such a kind and inspiring personality. There are many more incredible teachers who care, support, and help students, but I don't have the time to mention all of them.
I would like to thank Ms. Stevens, Mr. Ward, Ms. Anthony, and Ms. Rogal for their support throughout middle and high school. During this time, I have been learning about my culture and working to reconnect with it. Each of them have been there to help guide me and answer any and all of my questions. Each of them have introduced me to new parts of my culture, and I am so thankful for them. I would like to thank Ms. Stevens in particular for being such a supportive person who is always there for everything and anything. She has been such a huge help to me the past 4 years.
I would like to thank Ms. Pesh and Ms. Hall for guiding me and supporting me throughout my endeavors. They were both so there for me and so many other students for so many things. There are a lot of people who can vouch for you. I would also like to acknowledge that my father graduated in 1995, and when he graduated, there was no Aboriginal education program. We all are very fortunate to have this program and have so many people there to vouch for us and support us throughout all of our high school career.
We would also like to thank our peers, some of which we've been with since the beginning of our schooling or before. Others joined our school community later. In them, we have been able to create friendships. Some of those have faded away with the changing of seasons, and others remain strong, and will perhaps continue to remain strong throughout our lives. Together, we have learned and grown, made mistakes and sacrifices, celebrated and shared both joy and sorrow. Maybe the loss of a game or a hard test, maybe a winning score, a passing grade, and now, most recently, the opening of a new chapter in our lives.
In most cases, our parents and other family members have been there throughout our lives. They were the ones who listened to our first word, watched us take our first steps, and helped us to learn to ride a bike or swim. Much of them are the reason that we are the way that we are today. They were there to pick us up when we fell, to comfort us during hard times, and to give us the extra push we needed to get back out into the world. They were our first supporters and will likely be our last. It is for this reason that it is important to acknowledge and thank our family for all that they have done.
To begin, I would like to thank my mom. She is the most amazing, inspirational, and motivational person that I know. Throughout my entire life, she has been there to support me and help me along in every idea and adventure that I've experienced. For as long as I can remember, my mom has told me to be proud of who I am. and I am so thankful for her ongoing support. I would also like to thank the rest of my family, who is always there when I need them and constantly a support that I can rely on in my life.
There are many people in my life who have helped me become the person I am today. Some of them are related to me through blood, and others through relationships and other connections. Nonetheless, they've all had a similar impact. So I would like to thank my parents for always supporting me and guiding me through hard times, my sister for being there for whatever is needed, and the many other family and non-family members who have been a huge part of my life.
I would like to thank my parents as well for always helping guide me and supporting me in what I need to do, but also like to thank my dad in specific. He helped me form a connection to my culture by taking me to Village Island, which is the ancestral land of my people. Through this, I was able to gain a better understanding of where I come from, and it helped me enrich my cultural identity.
As we begin our conclusion, we have a message for all the graduating students here today, a message that will hopefully help you remain true to who you are, your culture, and your values. All of the students here today, and many of the adults, identify as Indigenous, and there is power in that. The ability to announce your culture is a privilege that was not allowed too long ago. So take pride in who you are, take pride in your ancestry, your family, and your history, and continue to grow. Continue to learn, explore, and celebrate your ancestry, to find your own truths, and to reclaim all parts of your identity.
As we move to a new chapter in life, it is important to continue your involvement in the various aspects of your Aboriginal life, continuing and growing your connection with your culture and staying close to the values of family and community will provide with additional support as you venture into new and unknown territories.
Thank you, parents, educators, special guests, elders, and students for listening to us today. Thank you for all that you have done in the past and what you will continue to do in the future. We would now like to pass the microphone back to Mr. Hyde. Lin.
Picture?
Thank you to our CS speakers for the courage and the wise words. We appreciate that. Next, I would like to invite up Chief Gabriel from the Pentictonine Band to say a few words on behalf of Chief and Council.
Wow. Why, chai squeezed, siltikan, ilmikam kuntels in Pinkton. Why khas kalhalt, why spees nixil. Good morning, everyone. Good day. Welcome into our traditional lands. We know as the unceded territory of the Silks, Okanagan Nation people. I'm amazed, and I applaud all of you for why you're here today. Before I get into my comments, I always want to acknowledge our elder, Grace, for opening up today's event with a prayer. That's always a good way to start any event. I also want to tell Grace this is the first time that I beat her to an event. Usually she's the one giving me heck for showing up late. So there. I also want to thank Sienna and Monty for singing our Okanagan Nation anthem. It's always good to hear that. And the way they drummed in you, the graduates, warms my heart. And the speakers that just left the stage, the CS speakers, has taken some of the words that I was going to say. And one of the most important comment that I want to instill in you and ask you to always remember who you are and where you come from. What you've accomplished today is a lot of your own doing. The CS speakers had paid acknowledgement and recognition to many of the people that helped them get to where they're at today. And that's great, and you need to do that. You need to recognize your support people that helped you get to this milestone in your life. They are always going to be there, and they will help you carry on, because this is just a part of your journey. All of those people that helped you get to where you're at today need to be recognized. The teachers, the school district, staff, your bus drivers, your janitors, they were all part of this. They were all part of this huge change in your life today. But this is just part of the journey. You're now going to carry on with your life and look at future goals and future careers. And your family will always be there with you. You've already proven with yourselves that you can meet any challenge. You've already met with challenges and the good times and the bad times, and you've overcome those. But make no mistake about it, there's more challenges to come. But remember that you've already proven to yourself that you can do it. You can face those challenges and you can overcome and carry on. I'm so extremely proud of all of you for where you're at today. And I want to leave you with just one more piece of advice. And it's mentioned in terms of your family units. Always remember, if you're an older brother, if you have younger brothers, younger sisters, younger nieces and nephews, remember who watches you. You know, I was told by an elder that although I'm an elected leader, when we become an uncle, aunt, older brother, or sister, you actually become a leader yourself, because those younger brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews, they're watching you. They look at you as your teacher. They will look at you and they will follow you throughout your life. So what you leave with them will make them a better person exactly the way you are today. So I really want to congratulate you all. I ask the Creator to be with you from here on in your journey moving forward, that you have a safe and happy journey from here on in. Wylam, thank you for allowing me to speak.
I got something for you, buddy, as always. Thank you. Thanks, Greg. Thank you, Chief Gabriel. I told you there'd be a couple of hiccups. It did dawn on me that I forgot to introduce somebody earlier from the school district, and it turns out she's my boss, and that's, of course, Kathy Pierre. She is the she's the Director of Indigenous Education and Equity, and please give Kathy a round of applause. I would now like to invite up past president of the South Okanagan Métis Association and now respected elder, Danielle Pittman. Yeah, absolutely.
Hello. Every year when I come up here, it gets a little harder, not only to walk, but to also see everybody. I want to say, first of all, Tanse Kiawao, Bamatan, Mianashtatak, Marse Portutan, Daniel Pittman, Dishinakushin, Kishti Te Moyan, Anamachef Moyan. Basically, what I said is, hello, good morning, welcome, and I'm proud to be Métis. Sometimes it's a little dangerous to give an ex-politician a microphone and an audience and a podium, so I'll be brief. Today, on this special gathering of the graduating class of 2023, I'm honored to stand before you on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Syilx Okanagan peoples. For Indigenous people, education can be a difficult road filled with many barriers. However, when you have developed a sense of belonging, mastery, independence, and generosity, you can succeed at whatever you do. You now have a great opportunity, if you choose to continue your education or not, and become whatever you dream of becoming. My father, who was a great Métis fiddler, said, Daniel, whatever you do, do it well, even if it means digging ditches. Well, I chose to become a youth and family counselor, but sometimes I have to dig way down to uncover what I'm looking for. I want to leave you with a couple of quotes from me, a very inspirational Métis person who I did not know he was Métis until 2015, when his mother bestowed upon the family their Métis heritage and culture. He said, never give up on a dream, and anything is possible if you try. And I ran in the first memorial race on September 13th, 1981. Does anybody know who I'm speaking of? His name was Terry Fox. So I hope you find the inspiration you need to have a success in your life and never give up on your dream. And remember, anything is possible if you try. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2023. Marseille.
Thank you, Daniel. Next, I would like to invite up the Regional Dean of Okanagan College, Allison Gibson, to say a few words.
Thank you so much. On behalf of Okanagan College, we're absolutely thrilled to be co-hosting this graduation ceremony today with School District 67. I wanted to also acknowledge how honored we are to have our college throughout the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Okanagan Syilx people. And it's a very big part of the college in terms of how we work with our Indigenous partners, support our Indigenous students and families, and work within our community to support indigenization and reconciliation. I wanted to also thank the Indigenous Services team of Okanagan College and our Campus Life team for all of the hard work that's gone into this with School District 67. And so we hope that you enjoy our beautiful campus and our food that's to come. I did want to absolutely congratulate all of the young people, young adults here. It's a huge accomplishment to get to where you are in terms of graduating grade 12. And I wanted to have you think back and echo many of the things that have been said. Think back to how you came to this place, all of your friends and family that have supported you. And I'd invite everyone who's here to support our graduates, think about that first day of kindergarten. What was that like? Excited with your new backpack. Maybe you had some missing teeth and you were doing your S's and TH's were all mixed up. Jump forward to grade 6 and you're excited with stickers and dancing and music and your friends and being outside. Your high school journey of backpacks and lockers and hanging out in the hallway and having fun after school and getting through your tests and exams. This is the first piece of a next journey. And I wanted to share with you that Okanagan College, as well as all the schools in the area. We're really working to have students come and take that next step. There's no one path, it's a journey. And so there'll be many steps that you go along and you'll go, oh, okay, back that up and start again. Go through the doors, take those opportunities, have fun and be kind to each other, seek out what gives you joy. That's one of the most important things for this as you think about the future is what gives you joy, real joy, and seek that out. We're here to support you, and I know the school district, that's a very big part of how the school district has supported you, and that we hope that we can be part and support you on your next journey. So I did want to ask Ria Dupuis to just join me in terms of offering congratulations from the Okanagan College Indigenous. And as Ria comes up, I'm actually thinking about my own high school graduation. I found this in my jewelry box the other day, and it's what I wore on my high school graduation a number of decades ago. So think about what you're going to take away from your high school graduation today, and I'll pass it over to Ria.
White Huskahalt Squeeze Quanum Quanum. Hello, good day everyone, and welcome. My name is Ria Dupuis, Associate Director of Indigenization. My traditional name means hummingbird, and I'm just so honored to be here today to join you on your journey to the next step in life. Congratulations, class of 2023. I'm so proud of you. And this is just the next stage in the beginning of your journey in life. And remember to live, laugh, play, and learning is ongoing. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of where you come from. Lim Lim.
Thank you, Allison and Ria. As I mentioned earlier, unfortunately our superintendent of schools, Mr. Todd Manuel, could not be here today. His presence was required for a meeting with the ministry, but he did provide us with a video statement, so we will cue that up and play that for you now.
Hello everyone, my name is Todd Manuel, and I'm Superintendent of Schools of School District number 67 Okanagan, Scotland. And I'm speaking to you today from the traditional and unceded territory of the Okanagan First People, and in particular the desert of Indian Land. Unfortunately, I cannot be at today's grad ceremony. I'm in a meeting with the Ministry of Education that's focused on Indigenous education, but I really regret not being able to be there for this event. It's truly a highlight of my year to be at our graduation events, and this one is particularly exciting to bring all of our secondary school Indigenous grads together for one event. I'm sure as you look around, you're seeing a beautiful setting. And although I'm not there, the reason I know this is because our Indigenous education team does a remarkable job of helping to prepare for these events. They're so committed. Not just to our graduation events, but of course to every day and every student and every school of our school system and our school district. So I hope that there's the opportunity to acknowledge our Indigenous education team for all of the work that they've done to get you to this part of your journey. And I want to say on behalf of the school district, just how proud we are of what you've done and what you've accomplished to get you here. And we're really looking forward to seeing what you do next in your lives and the next part, and the next chapter of your journey. So in closing, I hope that you take the opportunity to thank the family and friends, the relatives and elders who have got you to this place. I hope that you have a very safe graduation season, and I hope that you're proud of the work that you've done and that you're excited about the transition that's before you to the next part of your life. On behalf of the school district, we're certainly very proud of you all, and I wish you all of the best. Lim Lint.
So before we begin our formal ceremony, I wanted to provide a bit of context regarding the blanketing of our Indigenous grads. Indigenous people across Turtle Island use the blanket ceremony as a rite of passage. An individual is wrapped in a blanket to acknowledge their accomplishments. It also symbolically represents a time when a person reaches a new and significant change in life, like today when you celebrate the incredible accomplishment of graduating high school, completing your kindergarten to grade 12 education, and formally moving and preparing for the next exciting chapter in your life. The blanket you are receiving today is an enduring symbol of cultural pride and heritage. It links the person to both past and present. It symbolizes the full community, family, and identity, wrapping the person in pride, love, and support that will continue into the future with hope, optimism, and promise. The guests here today are also part of this ceremony. We are all here to witness this momentous accomplishment. Our presence here today solidifies this milestone, and we all have a responsibility to carry this day in our memories. This blanket ceremony is presented to you for this incredible accomplishment. Being wrapped in it symbolizes your community and family wrapping around you in support and in pride. With that, I would like to welcome up to the stage Kathy Pierre, Penticton Indian Band member and School District 67 Indigenous Education Director of Equity. She will be blanketing the grads with me here today. Couple of housekeeping pieces just as we move through this part of the ceremony. Grads, when your name is called, please come to the stage. You're going to shake your hands with an administrator, and then you're going to move over to the side of the table for the blanketing, and you'll pose for a brief photo there. To the audience, this is always a challenging piece. As the grads make their way to their stage, our site-based administrators will read out a grad quote or a write-up, if you will. It's a personalized statement from each of the grads, and we just ask that the audience hold their applause until after that piece has been read out loud. And finally, we've got an awesome team of photographers here helping for us to capture the beautiful moments of the day, and we just ask that parents kind of don't move from your area and crowd this stage area. Just stay where you are. Snap a photo absolutely from where you are, but don't come up to the front, please. And that's it. So I would love to, at this point, invite up our Vice Principal of Penticton Secondary and Connect Ed, who is Sandra McGuire, and Senior Access Teacher Sue Gunning to commence the ceremony. And Kath, we're just right over there. This one, that one.
Why, hello everyone. Both Sue and I are so proud to introduce our Connected Access Program students that have successfully completed their academic journey. Through their dedication, perseverance, and remarkable achievements, these students have embodied the ideals of resilience, grit, and courage, which has gotten them to this stage today. I would like to begin with Mr. Will Dennis. Will's best memory was teaching stick games and sharing his knowledge of Silks culture. He would like to thank Katie and Bob for all their unconditional support. It's what got him here today. Will plans on continuing his schooling to get his Red Seal certification in carpentry. Next is Jay Jackson. Jay's best memory at school was the zip line trip to Myra Canyon, working out at the community center with Dave, and the red dress talk with Lainey Grey Eyes. Jay wants to thank Sue, Dave, Andrea, Jessica Kaiser, and all the teachers that have gotten her farther than she ever thought she could. Jay's future plans include working to help youth with mental health issues. Jay. Mr. Ty Obi. Ty's favorite memory is meeting his lifelong friend in elementary school. Ty's plan for next year is to go with the flow and see where life takes him. Ty would like to thank his mom and his extended family for all their support in getting him here and where he is today. Leo Stewart. Leo will always be remembered for his fantastic culinary skills. He can make something from nothing. He would like to thank all the staff at Access Program and Ms. Stevens for supporting him during his time at Penn High. Leo. And last but not least, Ember Zelke. Ember's best memory of school is finally getting out. Ember would like to thank themselves for not dropping out, and Ember's future is for them to know and for others to find out. I'd like to ask our other vice principal from Penn High, Rachel Stubbert, to come up and join me. The accomplished graduates of Penn High have emerged as extraordinary individuals, demonstrating immense growth, resilience, and a profound commitment to their education. With a solid foundation of knowledge, invaluable experiences, and a diverse range of skills, these graduates are poised to embrace new challenges and bright futures. Our first graduate, Sion Adams. Sion's favorite memories were getting to laugh and grow up with her friends. Her grandpa Dave always told her to try her best and no matter what, that it would be okay. After graduation, she plans to travel and experience new things. Sion. Caden Bell. Caden's favorite memories were getting to spend time working in the cafeteria kitchen with Mr. Mennel and the plays and stories in English honors. Caden would like to thank his mother for being supportive through all his school years and all of the extremely helpful teachers. He plans to become an electrician and then to save money to go to law school. Aiden Cooper. Aiden's best high school memory was AP Physics class with Mr. Gao. He would like to thank his teachers and friends. Aiden's plans are to go to Vancouver for post-secondary education. Aiden. Shelby Doherty. Shelby enjoyed helping out in cafeteria. She would like to thank her family and friends for helping her get through school. Shelby's plans to take a year off school and then go back to school and become a chef. Angela Eggleston. Angela's best memories were making new friends, learning new things, and the day she decided to join the rugby team. She wants to thank all her teachers for helping students and giving them knowledge and supporting them through everything. She plans to go to UVic to become a counselor. Danny Farrell. Danny's best memories were going to Vancouver for an improv competition and for the band trip. He would like to thank his mom, dad, sister, and all his friends, and plans to go to UBCO to become a mechanical engineer. Dalton George. Dalton would like to thank his family and his teachers for their support in helping get him to graduation. In the future, Dalton plans on becoming a professional artist. Caleb Johnson Fontaine. Caleb isn't with us, it looks like. But Caleb is excited to be graduating today. He plans to explore his interests and passions. He would like to thank his girlfriend, Olivia Connor, and his teachers for all their support. Linnea Joseph. Linnea's favorite class was Mr. Belbin's. She would like to thank Vari Dunnett for all her help, and in the future she plans on going to beauty school in Vancouver. Shante Kruger. Shantae's favorite memory was having fun at the winter formal. Oh, excuse me. Did I move on to the wrong? My apologies. I missed a few. Bella Keith. Sorry, Bella. Bella's best memories were playing basketball and being in the Land Learn program with Miss Collins. Bella would like to thank her basketball coach, Mrs. Collins, Miss Kosh, and Miss Stevens for always supporting her throughout high school. She is currently pursuing her plumbing certification and apprenticeship in July. Hannah Kelsey. Hannah's favorite memories of school were media design, the winter pep rally, and math with Miss Kildaw. She thanks Miss Kildaw and Mr. Nicholson for their help in passing her courses, especially math. Hannah wants to take a gap year to work, travel to Cortez, and enjoy being out of school. And Kane Kennedy. Kane's favorite memories were meeting new people who are now some of his closest friends. He would like to thank all his teachers and friends who helped him get through school. Kane plans to keep playing hockey and get a scholarship to pursue his dreams. Shante Kruger. Shantae's favorite memory was having fun at the winter formal. She would like to thank all her teachers and the Indigenous Ed team and her family that all helped guide her through to graduation. Shantae's plans on taking the Associate of Arts program and eventually getting a bachelor's in education so she can travel the world as a teacher. Quentin Kuznetsov. Quentin's best memory is his time at school and the learning that he has accomplished. He would like to thank his family for their support. In future, he wants to be a cheesemaker. And Autumn Lafferty. Autumn's best memory was being part of the musical theater program. She would like to thank her family for being so supportive. She plans to go to university to learn the Insulxian language. And Winter Rose Ludi. Winter Rose's favorite memory was going for lunch with her sister almost every day. She would like to thank her mom and school counselors for helping her navigate high school, and in the future, she plans on going to UFV for nursing. William Martineau. William's favorite memories were of grade 10 PE class, where he made good connections with people. He would like to thank his counselor, Vari, the Indigenous Ed team, his parents, and all of his teachers over the years. William's plans are to go into conservation, travel the world, and hike the Pacific Coast Trail. Gabrielle McLeod Kruger. Gabrielle's best memories are the relationships she made being in the building. She'd like to thank her parents and teachers, especially Mr. Nicholson, Mr. Ward, Miss Stevens, and Miss Redford. She couldn't have done it without you. In future, she plans on traveling. And Ethan McMurphy. Ethan's best memory is metalwork, where he had so much fun. He would like to thank his family for waking him up every morning. And in the future, he plans on working at the Wholesale Club. Sahaya Montgomery Wardenberg. Sahaya's best memories were passing math and creating healthy relationships with friends in senior year. She would like to give a shout out to her parents and a big thanks to Miss Stevens and Mr. Ward for their continuous support. It meant the world. Sahaya's future plan is to take a gap year and work full-time until she starts college. Josie Nickel. Josie enjoyed making amazing friendships and participating in volleyball, basketball, and competing in the heptathlon for Penn High. She wants to thank friends for their support and fun, and her family and teachers for the support and effort in preparing her for post-secondary. Josie plans on getting her degree in kinetics at UBCO and becoming a physiotherapist. Oliver Omani Knopf. Oliver's favorite memory is getting his own heater in the Indigenous education room. He would like to thank Miss Stevens and Mr. Ward. Oliver plans on doing something art-based in the future. And Ellie Woulette. Ellie participated in the OHA program at Penn High. She plans to attend post-secondary to obtain an Associate of Arts degree in psychology. Her favorite memory was of the semifinals in 2022, and she'd like to thank her friends, family, coaches, and Mr. Nakoni. Asia Pelfrey. Asia's favorite memories were hanging out in the drama prop room at lunch and going to DQ or Domino's with friends and rushing back to school for last block. She would like to thank Ms. Roker for the art opportunities, Mr. Belbin for fun law classes, and Mr. Dietrich for believing in her. Asia plans to study at Emily Carr University and become an animator. Kylie? Who am I missing? Kylie Roger? Kyle Roger. Sorry, Kyle. My mistake. Kyle's best memory was the 2022 Mamma Mia play. It was spectacular. Thanks Mr. Flett, Mr. Gao for inspiring his love of academics, Mr. Ward and Ms. Stevens for a safe space for him to hang out and eat. Kyle plans on getting his degree through TRU and becoming a software engineer and developer. How am I missing? My apologies. McKenna Sales. Some of McKenna's best memories are all the times she got to spend with her friends and morning drives with her papa. She would like to thank her friends and family, especially her mom, for helping her get through tough times, and the many teachers that helped her become the student she is today. McKenna plans on attending UVic to earn her Bachelor of Science degree. Ethan Simo. Ethan's best memories were watching Mr. Gao's enthusiastic demonstrations of physics labs and playing volleyball. He would like to thank Mr. Keckley for making AP English one of his favorite classes, and Miss Richter and Madame Cornet Ching for their support throughout the year. Ethan plans on majoring in biomedical engineering and at Trinity Western and to become a prosthetics engineer. Tia Swan. Tia enjoyed writing poetry. She plans to pursue a career in aesthetics or early childhood education. She would like to thank her coworkers for being there when she needed someone to talk to. Elijah Turner. Oh, Tayton Stewart. Oh, Elijah, we're going to go with you instead. Elijah really enjoyed taking part in the automotive classes at Penn High and any of Mrs. Collins' classes. He would like to thank Miss Collins, Miss Redford, Mr. Ward, Miss Stevens, his parents, and his girlfriend for helping him get through the last year of school. And Emma Van Ryswick. Emma's favorite memories were performing with her friends in theater. She would like to thank all her friends and family who were always there to help with school work, and the teachers who didn't mind her questions. Emma is going to Okanagan College next year, and then who knows? That's it. I don't have any more. Tayton. There we go. Tayton's best memories were hanging out with his friends and getting to know people, playing OHA, and living the student-athlete experience. He would like to thank all his teachers, coaches, and family members who have helped him through his schooling years. Tayton's future plans are to take a year off of school to focus on hockey and then work at a career in sports agency. And Cameron Taylor. Cameron's best memory is qualifying for volleyball provincials. He would like to thank his friends and coaches. Cameron plans to continue his education at post-secondary school. I would like to now pass it on to Mr. Boxall, Mr. Grady, to introduce the students of Princess Margaret Secondary.
Mariah Boutillier.
Mariah's favorite school memory is spending time with her friends. Mariah would like to thank her family and friends for supporting her throughout her year in school. In the future, Mariah is looking forward to going to a new place and meeting new people.
Faith Sear.
Faith's favorite school memory is meeting some of the best friends she has. Faith would like to thank her parents and grandma for always being supportive and driving her everywhere. She would also like to acknowledge her brother for always hanging out with her and for being a good friend. Faith is looking forward to her humanitarian trip to the Dominican Republic and continuing her education.
Gray Davidson Green.
Gray's favorite school memory was attending and watching the school plays. Gray would like to thank his aunt, Gammy, mother, Grandpa Flower, Grandma Flower, and father for their constant support. Next year, Gray plans on attending Okanagan College and backpacking across Europe.
Dominic Fisher.
Dom's favorite school memory is playing rugby. He would like to give special thanks to his family and teachers that saw the potential in him when he did not. Dom plans to open his own restaurant in the future. There we go. Now it's working.
Marissa Huber.
Marissa would like to acknowledge the support of her family and friends. She is looking forward to finishing school and looks forward to the adventure life will provide.
Aiden Hutton.
Aiden had a hard time picking a favorite memory from school, so he picked 3. In elementary, it was the last week of school. In middle school, it was the band trip to Edmonton. While in high school at Princess Margaret, the highlight was rugby. Aiden would like to thank every teacher in ABED for inspiring and helping him understand a bit more about his culture and heritage. Aiden is looking forward to traveling Europe and exploring the world.
Nash Kruger.
Nash's favorite school memory is hanging out in ABED. He would like to thank all the teachers who helped him get to graduation. Nash is looking forward to summer and moving on from high school. Good job, Nash.
Angel Lorenzetto.
Angel would like to thank Mrs. Petch and Mrs. Hall for putting up with her all through middle and high school and never giving up on her and inspiring her to always do her best. Angel is looking forward to showing everyone who had their doubts about her and proving them wrong.
Max Ludwig.
Max's favorite school memory is developing meaningful relationships with his peers and teachers. Max would like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Fitton for everything they have done for him and his sister. Max is looking forward to whatever and wherever his future takes him.
Congrats, Max.
Brandon Morrow.
During his time at Princess Margaret, Brandon has been involved with the soccer team. Next year, he plans to work, travel, and attend post-secondary at UBCO in the future. His favorite memory at Maggie is going to Kamloops with the soccer team, and leaves us with this quote: "Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard."
Taylon Paxton.
Taylon's favorite memory of school is getting ready to leave. He would like to thank Miss Hall and his family for the support they provide him throughout his schooling. Taylon is most looking forward to enjoying the world and all the goodness that it provides.
Kendall Pennington.
Kendall's favorite high school memories were participating in all the school spirit days. She also enjoyed taking athletic classes at school such as PE, the dance program, as well as Superfit. Kendall would like to thank her family and dance teachers for helping her grow and develop into a young adult. Kendall is looking forward to a 42-day-long trip through 17 different countries this summer. She is most excited to explore the Greek islands.
Josh Schindel.
Josh's fondest memories are of hanging out in Ferd's room. He would like to thank Mr. Redford, Mrs. Hall, and Mrs. Petch for their support in middle school and high school. Josh is looking forward to his future and a future in the trades.
Dayton Sterling.
Dayton's favorite school memory is getting his food safe certificate in grade 10. He would like to thank his mom for her unwavering support all these years. In the future, Dayton is looking forward to taking computer and technology training. That's it. At this point, we would like to call up Mr. Alan Stell and Ms. Kim Wise from Summerland Secondary School.
Good morning. We are pleased to present the graduates from Summerland Secondary School. Trey Allen. Trey's best memory from his time at Summerland Secondary was participating in the SNBA tournament. He would like to thank his parents for all their support and encouragement over the years. Trey's future plans are to work through spring and summer and then pursue a business degree. Sheldon Bigley. A highlight for Sheldon from his time at Summerland Secondary was playing in the BC Provincial High School Basketball Championship. He would like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for all their support throughout the years. Sheldon's future plans are to play junior level hockey and pursue his education and career in sports sciences. Alexis Burgall. Lexi is not with us here today. Lexi has worked hard at Summerland Secondary to enjoy this time where she is graduating. Lexi would like to thank her friends, family, teachers, and Mr. Blair for all their encouragement and support over the years. She plans to take a gap year and then upgrade courses in preparation for applying to veterinarian school. Silas Charlton. Silas has fond memories from SSS, taking part in basketball season every year and being voted this year as one of the SSS Grad 2023 valedictorians. He would like to thank his dad and all his teachers for their support. Silas's plans for the future include attending McGill University for cognitive sciences and continuing his passion for athletics. Joshua Colley. Joshua's best times at Summerland Secondary were playing basketball and his very first day at SSS, where so many people welcomed him. Josh would like to thank his coaches for their support and guidance on and off the court. Sports have instilled a love of fitness for Josh. His plan is to pursue becoming a personal trainer. Ethan Harrington. Ethan's best memories from SSS were being in classes with his friends, especially woodworking. He would like to thank his family and friends and his older brother, as well as Mr. Cast, Mrs. Lloyd, Mrs. Corday, and Melissa. Ethan's future plans include taking a year off school and then going to Okanagan College, Penticton for carpentry. Sydney Hart. Sydney's favorite times at SSS were in Mrs. Lloyd's art and photography classes. Sydney would like to thank Mrs. Mennel, Mrs. Lloyd, Mr. Blair, and Mrs. Parker for their encouragement. Sydney's future plans include attending the Center of Art and Technology in Kelowna for wedding and event photography. Diesel Hughes. One of the best memories of Summerland Secondary for Diesel was going to BC Provincials with the SSS volleyball team, as well as the fun he had in robotics class. Diesel wants to thank Mr. Cast for being a great role model. Diesel's future plans include attending the University of Calgary to obtain a business degree. Bailey Jones. Bailey's positive experiences have been numerous at SSS, and one of her favorites was skating during intermission in front of her teachers and peers. She would like to thank her parents, sister, billet brothers, coach Louise, and best friend and fellow graduate Brooke. Bailey plans to take a gap year before pursuing either an Associate of Arts degree in environmental science or graphic design. Justice McKenzie. Justice loves spending time and making unforgettable memories with her friends during her time at Summerland Secondary. She would like to thank her grandma, her friends, and the amazing staff at SSS for their encouragement along the way. Justice plans to travel to Costa Rica to have the time of her life before pursuing her Bachelor of Social Work degree. Rowan McKelvey. Rowan would like to thank Ms. Rempel, Ms. Becker, and Madame Anderson for their continuous support and encouragement throughout his years at Summerland Secondary. Future plans for Roan include taking a gap year to work with the long-term goal of pursuing a career in culinary arts. Isabel Porter. Isabel's favorite memories from her time at Summerland Secondary has been taking part in different activities such as diversity and Indigenous leadership. She would like to thank her mom and dad for their continuous support and the SSS teachers who always provided welcoming spaces, especially Eris, Lloyd, Corday, Becker, and Blair. Isabel plans to pursue a career in writing and editing, and after taking a gap year, will begin her degree at UVic. Catherine Robinson. Catherine would like to thank her parents and teachers for their continuous support and encouragement. She has been involved in many groups at SSS, including diversity, theatre, leadership, and wellness mentoring. Kate has been awarded the BC PVPA Scholarship and the SFU Undergraduate Scholars Entrance Scholarship, where she will be studying biology. Isabel Snyder. Isabel's best experiences from Summerland Secondary include going to Bamfield, numerous volleyball tournaments, and winning the Valleys for volleyball in 2022. She would like to thank her parents, teachers, friends, and coaches for their support. Isabel will be attending UBC Vancouver in the fall to earn a degree in forensic science. Emma Schofield. Many of Emma's favorite experiences from Summerland Secondary have been participating in sports, which include cross-country running, soccer, track, swimming, and field hockey. She would like to thank the SSS coaches for their support and encouragement. Emma plans on attending Delaware State University, competing for their triathlon team. Megan Thiessen. Megan has fond memories from Summerland Secondary, working in the cafeteria, making icing in the water fountain for leadership, and hikes with Miss Corday. For all their support throughout the years, Megan would like to thank her parents, her sister Ash, her teachers, and Sandra, Sonia, and Paul. Megan will pursue a degree in speech sciences and a master's in speech pathology at UBC. From Summerland Secondary, we would like to thank all of the Indigenous support team that has helped our graduates along the way, especially Miss Hussey. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another big round of applause to all of our 2023 Indigenous grads. So before we move into our lunch, we have a brief award presentation, which is brand new to our program. The awards presented here today are unique to the District Indigenous Education Program and hold a special place in the hearts of many that are here today. So the first award that we have is the Isaiah Kozak Memorial Award. I would like to invite up Natalie Dale, mother of the late Isaiah Kozak, for the presentation of this award, and she will be accompanied by her daughter Renee. Isaiah Kozak was an Indigenous graduate of 2015. He was an Indigenous valedictorian, a cultural leader, a strong academic student, an absolute beast athletically, and a true proponent of school spirit. Sadly, we lost Isaiah in 2017, and in honor of this incredible young man, an award was established. The Zeke Award, as you can see on the screen, is to be given to a student who is actively involved in the Indigenous education program in their school and their culture in general. They must be a sound academic student, a natural athletic leader who plays competitive sports, be involved in the spirit and community of the school, and above all, they must be hardworking. Isaiah was all of these things and more. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Silas Charlton and Josie Nickel. The next award we will be presenting is called the Grandma Grace Award. This award was created just this year in honor of the incredible Grandma Grace Grey Eyes. We're actually still in the process of developing the award itself with a local artist, so it's pretty darn new. And we're really pleased to bestow an award like this in honor of Grandma Grace. So as many of you know, Grandma Grace has always been an unwavering advocate of education, culture, community, and leadership. She is an Indigenous role model and someone that we rely on for guidance, wisdom, and perspective, as was demonstrated today. The Grandma Grace Award is presented to a student who is a school and community leader, is a role model, is an Indigenous advocate, and is wise beyond their years. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the following recipients of the 2023 Grandma Grace Grey Eyes Award. They are Nash Kruger, Autumn Lafferty, and Isabel Porter.
What is this, Dustin? Don't go into the light.
Yeah. Help her down? Yeah.
It's not like him.
The final award we will be presenting at this year's grad ceremony is the Puckle Cane Award. That's the Eagle Award. This award is specifically designed to honor and acknowledge youth who have made significant positive change in their lives and or overcome significant adversity throughout their educational journey. In this regard, the Puckle Cane Award symbolizes youth who have grown their wings and are soaring in the direction of a positive, bright future despite a challenging past. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Will Dennis, Sydney Hart, and Oliver Omani Knuff. Before we dig into our wonderful lunch, it is tradition in our culture to bless the food. We have a plate adorned with all of the food that we will be eating today. Grandma Grace will bless the food for us, and then Sienna, who provided the drum songs with Monty earlier today, will take the food out to the land as an offering. So So I'm going to pass the microphone over to Grandma Grace to bless the food, and then I'll say a few more words before we start our lunch.
White lemlem golden choten is stickles eco island is quam quam. Lemlem golden choten. White.
Thank you, Grandma Grace. So we are going to move into our lunch. There is a very large number of people here that are gathered, so we're going to try to keep things somewhat orderly and organized. We always start in these types of gatherings with our elders. So I'm going to ask that anyone who identifies as being an elder or has someone that is supporting an elder to please go up and help yourself to some food. And then from there I will announce some rows of folks to go and help themselves thereafter. Grads, you can return to your seats with your families. During their lunch and when everybody, I'll gather their attention, I'll do an acknowledgement, and then I'm going to have Kim. It is Kim Montgomery. Come up and say it. So we don't want to stop the live stream. You'll keep, yeah. As our elders are starting to get their food, I would like to invite the two most outside rows to stand up and grab their food. That would be much appreciated.
Hi, Dustin. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. I'm Tyler. I'm Silas. It's down.
Nice. Nice to meet you.
I was wondering if I could look at Zeke's trophy there.
Oh, yeah.
And then find out where his family is. Do you know where his family is sitting?
His family is right over there. She's wearing the pink cardigan. Yeah, excellent. So a little history about Isaiah. He was
Yeah, we saw lots of video of them.
Yeah. Yeah, he went to Lindenwood. Yeah. In Missouri. So yeah, feel free to say hi. You got the bow tie, the story behind the bow tie. He was the first valedictorian that I ever had from an Indigenous perspective, and he showed up to grad with orange bow tie, and that became like his legacy. Everything thereafter was orange for him. There you go. Good luck with that. I know there's a lot to go get. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you want a back rub? Yeah, it's fun, hey? I'm thrilled with how many people showed up. We usually do it in high school. This is the first year we've done this. It's like, oh man, everybody come up on this. Wicked. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Good seeing you guys. Take care. He's gone home.
the building. All in all, I think it went good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like me, every year I botch the order for whatever reason. You're standing in front of people,
Yes.
and the admin, both admin did that too. Sandra botched the order a couple of times, and then so did Bo. I don't food that they return to their tables. We do have a few more pieces throughout the lunch part. I'm going to introduce some people to come up and some acknowledgments at the end. to do a drum song for us. So if you could kindly make your way back to your seats, that would be most appreciated.
Your wife Danny, I said hi. I'm Eliza.
Eliza. Oh, good. Yeah. I will for sure.
Yeah.
Eliza. What's your last basket?
Basket.
Of course it is.
Okay.
I will send that along. Thanks, Eliza. Thanks for coming.
As folks are enjoying their food and making their way to their tables, I would like to invite up Kint Montgomery Wardenberg to the stage. She is going to provide a drum song in honor of our grads today. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Lim Lim. I just wanted to say congratulations to everybody that's here and good job getting your children here. I wanted to also add to our grads, like one of the things we forget is about our spiritual connection. And it's one of the things I always talk about when the times get tough. It's our spiritual connection that gets us through, our belief in something bigger than ourselves. And so each of us have different ways of being, of believing. And for me, I was brought up by a Sundance mother, and that's the way that we went. So this song I'm going to sing is a prayer song from down south. And I'm not going to use the mic.
Thank you very much, Kim. So before we close today's ceremony, I would be remiss without acknowledging the many, many, many hands that have been involved in making this event so special. The slide that you see beside me here really highlights the many folks that are involved in making this event what it is today, and I'm not going to read out every single folks or individuals or community partner that is represented on that screen. I will reiterate that none of this would at all be possible without the collective effort across the many, many different folks that are here today, our community partners, our parents, our families, our students, and our School District 67 staff. It really does take a family to get everybody where they are here today for our grads. It's a collective responsibility, and I'm honestly just so proud of the grads and proud of what we were able to do here today. So with that, on behalf of the school district, I would like to thank all of our families and our guests who attended here today. And a huge congratulations to our 2023 Indigenous grads. Thank you, everyone. There is still lots of food remaining, so feel free to help yourself. And of course, as always, we have some cupcakes.